The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
What's happening, Octo family? Was it just me or was this week absolutely nuts? What a rocket ride we've been on. I told y'all last week, SPACs are going to have their day right now. It's time to buy. Look what happened. This week has just been unbelievable. Hopefully y'all have been blessed as I have. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the new members everywhere that are joining Twitter and the Patreon and all over the place. Just showing love and helping out. I'm so bombarded with questions now that I can barely keep up with it. So if you know answers to some questions, please help out too. Again, this is a family deal here. Trying what I can to get this stuff out as fast as possible. That's what this is all about, the games we play. We're kind of mid-term, small-term swing traders for the most part. One of the things we let out at the end of the day here was a video that for some reason YouTube, I went live, right, to help everyone out, but they deleted the video. It's like, it's not there. They trimmed it down to 20 seconds and I can't figure it out. So I'm kind of going to do a rehash of it real quick and just go over some key points. So we're going to dive on in. First of all, the patrons, they do get this information first. So I slam it to them, then go in. I might buy some if I want it. And then I'll throw on a live video, right? Chinese self-driving startups mole going public. I thought that was a really funny descriptive word they used. They're mulling going public. Auto drive trucking startups Plus, one brand, and CCAC, number 2, and LiDAR sensor maker Hesai technology are considering various ways of going public in either the US or China, the information reported citing people familiar with the matter. Now, again, this is total speculation. This isn't in stone at all, but this is how you make it. What we do is we find information like this, we jump on it, bam, right away, pull the trigger. Dude, you can get massive gains real fast. If you were to jump on this within about 5 minutes of me putting this here on the Patreon, you would be up about 35% within what was it? This was at 1 o'clock. Yeah, so within an hour or less. 30-something% under money. Plus has hired Goldman Sachs, which I thought was pretty cool, to find a SPAC it could merge with and is considered Qell acquisition and Citic capital acquisition. The company has also been considering a parallel IPO in China. This is one that's kind of all over the place. They could do something real funky, which I'm cool with, man, because the more people they bring in, what if they actually, I thought about this, what if they actually pair Qell and Citic up together? Has that ever happened? I don't know. 2 SPACs to bring, because there's 4 companies that are merging here. I guess I could divide it in half and then merge them at the end or something. I'm sure they could figure it out. I've heard of, there are SPACs that have, I think there's merging, I think the record is 4 companies, I think, merged together. So if they can do all 4 of these again, I think they'll match the record of bringing 4 companies together to one to market. I think it's pretty awesome. The technology plans to go public on the STAR market early next year at a valuation that could be more than $1 billion. CCAC has been talking with bankers and prefers a traditional IPO. Everyone thinks they do because they're talked into it. SPACs are better than IPOs for even the companies doing it. Although there are indications that the company is also laying groundwork for a SPAC merger. Qell or Citic declined to comment, of course. The information said CCAC didn't immediately reply to requests for comment. They never do. This is totally in line with what usually happens here. So we need to find out who these people are and what it's worth. At first I was thinking these were electric trucks like Hyliion, but they're not. As far as we can tell, I still can't even get a definitive answer on that. The only thing I have found is they are saying that they will reduce the carbon footprint, CO2 reduction of 25%. I don't know if they're saying that's just because there's not a human behind it and they think that just having more of a steady push on the gas or something is going to help out. I thought before, as far as I know, when you're on cruise control in a vehicle, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, being on cruise control gives you worse gas mileage. So I don't know where that's coming from. The semis do look custom though. Even the backs of them, they do look custom. So they have something custom going on. First of all, we're going to take a look at TuSimple. And I like that it's got some worldwide exposure. See, you've got the green things coming out the back, but what this is showing is the auto driving technology. So it's got all these lasers that are shooting out all around. They're specifically made for semi-trucks though. Can you imagine having a company like Amazon or or Walmart and having all these auto driven so you don't have to pay the truck drivers? You know, I'm all for supporting jobs, but you know, at some point we got to progress if everything's going to be self-driven, right? They've been driving these things though all over. So what do we got here? Long haul refined TuSimple's expanding network of mapped routes allows long haul auto driving trucks to transport and freight facilities across the country. And by working closely with industry partners, will scale the auto services by 2023 for sure. They've been testing these. I think it was UPS has been testing these for quite a long time. And how they're testing them, how they're letting them do it, they're going from Phoenix to Dallas to Houston, San Antonio, and Tucson, is they have to have a driver behind the wheel, and you just got to sit there and just let the thing drive. But that's how they have to get a certain amount of mileage on them, you know, to keep testing them out. It's really cool technology. I don't know why one of the LiDAR systems wouldn't work from another guy. Like, why can't... I know they specifically have to make it for the semis because it's got to be up and they've got to have a longer range is what they were talking about. But why can't like Luminar, what is it, GMHI or light, you know, all the other LiDAR, like Graph, like why can't Graph just come and do the same thing? That's my question. And then I also want to know if the semis are custom or not. I don't think that they are. If you can see in this film here, better way forward. You can see the back of this semi. It looks like, I've never seen the back of a semi look all slanted like that. Has anyone? Did you see how it was like slanted down? And these side skirts are actually filled on the side too. So I don't know if that's all different. I did notice that they do have their stickers all over some of the semis though. So I don't know. Do they have their own thing? Level 2 range, 250. So they have to shoot out way further to get the right technology to keep them safe for changing lanes and all that. So that's who TuSimple is. Now, if you don't know anything about Qell, I've got a video just on them. Come take a look. It's right down in the description of the video. If you want to come watch that, come do it. There's lots of information on Qell here. We were actually still thinking that they still could end up bringing Proterra electric buses to market. It's still a possibility for them. And over here, Citic acquisition, they could still grab Faraday electric vehicles also. Come watch this video here too. I'd be happy with all three targets. All three I think would do fantastic. So if you haven't watched these two videos, come watch these first. Lots of good information. On to TuSimple, this is pretty incredible. Navistar, y'all heard of them? They're to build robot trucks with TuSimple. So what does that mean? We got Navistar is partnered with TuSimple, and they buy stake in the self-driving startup. Here's the dude who's leading it. The truck and bus maker Navistar International is partnering with self-driving startup TuSimple to manufacture robotic big rigs and said it's only investing in the company which currently has the largest fleet of auto-driving semis operating on the U.S. highways. These are the big dogs, right? So that's awesome. Navistar's decision builds on an early stage collaboration with TuSimple, which splits operations between the US and China and begun in 2018 and comes after an evaluated technology from other companies. The truck maker's new CEO and president didn't identify. The target is to have semis at level 4 auto driving capability, meaning that they can have a driver behind it, but he's still got to be there. And they're saying on the market by 2024, meaning they can drive without, level 4 means that they can pull a human out. They're saying by 2024, so that's a long ways out. Right, that's a long ways out, if you ask me. The other people are saying like 2 to 3-ish years, but maybe these guys are just being honest and they know it's not going to happen until 2024. That could be that too. Regardless, I'm going to leave this article here if you want to come read more about it. There's tons of information. The dude who's running it is super smart. He's gone to, school, and he's got all sorts of backgrounds with some neat stuff. Here's another picture of the self-driving truck that they're driving. Has anyone seen one of these on the road? You can tell they're not sleek, I wouldn't say, but they're not crazy big. You've got massive ones on the front nose, and then you've also got them on the top of the cab, I think, up there. I don't know if those are just the horns, but Navistar annually sells about 35,000 of these Class 8 semis. Pretty huge. So who is Plus? Oh, okay. The Plus company is the auto driving part, I'm guessing. That's still not what I'm 100% on, but because the other one's auto driving, but I guess Plus is too. I think they're kind of connected somehow already, but I haven't found that official connection. But it's one of those ones where I'm like, it could just be a spinoff. Like this dude just has a spinoff called Plus, or they could just be friends, something like that. The first intelligent truck in China joins developed by FAW, F-A-W, and Plus passes rigorous national certification tests in preparation for mass production in 2021. So this amped me up. So I was like, okay. And this article just came out. This was in November 9th. So this was 11 days ago. And here's a picture of this. So this other company has already got they're certified, dude. They're already ready to rock. Again, though, does anyone know this logo? Is that a Chinese semi company? I know that the Plus logo is on the side, but what is that? It looks like an eagle, like an Indian eagle. Is that the FAW, I guess? The FAW J7 Plus is the first auto driving truck to pass the certification. So I guess that brand is probably the FAW. Is that big over in Asia? Does anyone know? Can you help us out and put it in the comments? The Plus is a leading provider of self-driving technology. Today at China's intelligent truck, the FAW J7 Plus, powered by the self-driving technology of Plus. So FAW is a truck maker. They're using Plus technology. They've got the certifications. That's great. The CAT rack is the largest and one of the most advanced third-party automotive testing facilities. So it's been tested. It's all rocking. But check this out. This is what they said about themselves. They're a world leader in self-driving truck technology. Their headquarters for Plus is in California, the heart of the Silicon Valley. That's great because that means we are going to get some Silicon Valley love investing in this. The company was founded in 2016 by a group of serial entrepreneurs and industry vets, each with over 20 years experience in high-tech artificial intelligence, Plus specializing in providing full-stack self-driving technology to enable large-scale auto driving for commercial transport. Plus is currently working with some of the leading truck manufacturers, largest shippers, and top fleet operators to begin mass production of its auto driving system. Great. We get into some cool stuff. Plus chooses BlackBerry to power its Class 8 truck automated driving system. So the BlackBerry computer chip, or their OS system, basically their operating system, I guess. And then they've got that first truck. And then over here, Plus taps AWS. So AWS is Amazon. They're tapping into AWS as a cloud provider as Amazon tightens grip on auto driving vehicles. Right? And I've already confirmed they have hauled for, I watched a bunch of videos these guys have too. They have a bunch if you want to go take a look. They have hauled for United States Postal Service and are testing for them right now. Can you imagine if they got that contract? UPS, United Parcel Service, and the world's biggest food mover in the United States, McCain Foods. Y'all heard of them? These are like 3 of the biggest dogs out there that you want. That is fantastic. We also saw with the other one, we were talking about Volkswagen, and Volkswagen's also involved in another one, I think. So lots of branding correlated with it too. I think it's pretty neat. Got more articles up here if you want to go and check them out, but I just want to get the meat of this video back out and some more decent information. That way you've got a backbone for it. Was anyone able to jump in today and take advantage of it? Or was someone trying to buy and they just couldn't even get a fill? I heard people like even almost to 5 o'clock still couldn't get fills on these. The reason I really like these is even if, like I said, either of these don't end up with this, the other two that we're speculating they're going to get with would be totally fantastic too. I think all of them would do fantastic and do great, so I'm down. If you haven't joined our Patreon, please do it. It definitely helps out the channel. If you wouldn't mind sharing this video with your friends, it'd be greatly appreciated. Y'all have a good rest of the night, and take care.
Did you know that we give away free silver? Simply leave a comment on the video, and as long as you're in the continental United States, you can be automatically entered to win. Please friend us on Twitter and StockTwids.